is the TorbayHour radio show.
Well, good evening, just after 8 o'clock. Well, it is 8 o'clock. All intents and purposes, really, isn't it?
It is.
Yes, it's Monday evening, just after 8, which means it is the TorbayHour radio show. We talk and we tweet business for the next 60 minutes. And we, of course, have got some great music as well, but more on that for you a little bit later on. Martin is in the studio, where, in fact, it's a bit of a crowd in here tonight.
Yes, but we're on best behaviour. There's a deputy head in the room.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, you're already in trouble, you are. It's detention for you with what you did before we came on air.
I can't help it. It's a rush to get here, all right.
Yeah, okay. Right, we're going to be talking a little bit about learning experiences we do over the next week or so in Torbay. That's on the way. Of course, if you want to get in touch, the easiest way of doing that is via Twitter, and the hashtag is...
#TorbayHour.
Quite frankly, if we don't know that by now, you should write it out 100 times. You can tell there's going to be so many school and education things in tonight's show. It's just going to be ridiculous. It really is. Busy week?
Yes, because I had a shed delivered, so I was putting up a shed all weekend.
Nice.
I
like it.
On social media, not so much.
Yeah, I see you've made the Herald Express.
Again.
The social media awards in there.
Oh, yes. Well, you know, we got James and Sophie on board. If we can't get in the Herald with those two there, then who can?
Very true. You also made the Crime Watch page as well. I noticed that too. But again, we'll leave that one best well alone. Right, as is always the case, we'll start the show with our account of the week. This week, it's AC Prints, represented finally by Joe. Good evening, Joe. Hello, Joe, where are you?
Hello, nice to speak to you.
And to you as well. Now, this is only a guess that I think you're in the printing trade.
Well, you might be right there. I don't know what gave it away.
Well, you never know. You know, it's doing this show for a year that gives me that insight into the business, you see. But anyway, now this again is only a guess. I'm guessing that this time of year, with the schools going back, we're building up to Christmas, it must be a busy time for the printing industry.
Yes, yeah, we've got a lot going on. For forthcoming Halloween promotions, for Christmas, for people having their Christmas cards, their calendars, everything like that printed. And obviously you've got New Year's, you've got hotels having their Christmas parties and things like that. So a lot of direct mail going out. It is, yeah, it's quite a busy, quite a fun time of year because we get to see a lot of interesting things coming through the doors, which is always good.
I mean, things like Halloween and stuff, I hadn't even considered that. But of course, there's more and more influence from the American side, you know, the American extra holidays.
Yeah.
That must sort of take up a fair bit of your time now.
Yeah, and I mean, who doesn't love a good excuse to dress up, hey?
Well, you know, whatever you like at the weekends, it's entirely up to you, Joe. Now,
don't tell everyone.
It's our secret now. It's our secret. Don't worry. Now, with things like the hotels and the direct mail and stuff like that, I guess marketing is one of those things that, aside from all the cards and things like that, marketing is one of those things people kind of, not traditionally, it's the wrong word, but they tend to cut that before they cut and go into recession. Yeah. So you're kind of at the spearhead of seeing when we're coming out of recession. Yes,
yeah, and I mean, we are noticing things getting busier. I think, unfortunately, marketing is one of those things that, like you say, some people do cut back on, but it is a proven fact through, you know, multiple big businesses that if you actually invest in marketing through a recession, you come out of it stronger. So it's always worth investing in.
Yeah, now, that marketing these days, because to a certain degree with email and stuff like that, it's kind of easy to just send out blanket emails. But actual having physical product in your hands, there's no substitute in my book.
Yeah, I know the Royal Mail did a lot of research into this, and they did find that people who run campaigns digitally and link that up with something through print, whether that's direct mail or whatever they're doing, have more success through both campaigns. So whether it's a print-driven campaign or a social media campaign, use both together and you improve the effectiveness of both.
I mean, email is all very well, but I don't know about you, but the more time goes by, the more you're signed up to things. And out of necessity, you have to give your email address. Yeah. That's sold to people all over the world. And yeah. I get, on average, I don't know, maybe 200 emails a day, which is just insane.
Yeah, and then you end up spending like one day every so often unsubscribing to everything.
Well, I'm really cynical because I don't believe that. I think as soon as you unsubscribe, they then know you're real and they'll bombard you with more.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know whether they're allowed to do that, really.
Oh, there's a lot of things you're not allowed to do, Joe, but that's back to the dressing up. But anyway, so listen, tell me the products and services you do. Obviously, printing of cards and calendars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But what are the kind of physical limits in terms of what you can print?
So we print everything from as small as a business card right up to exhibition display stands. So we can print from a quantity of one right up into, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. So whatever the requirement is, whether it's just, 100 business cards or whether we're doing a direct mail run to 10,000 people, we can do it across the board. Pretty much the only thing we don't print on is textiles. So we do everything from your paper, your card, Fomex, canvas print, and as I said before, the exhibition graphics as well.
Okay. Now, talk me through the process, because this is one of those things, again, it's fairly daunting. Now, through the TorbayHour, we've got loads of designers and people that can come up with logos and stuff like that. Is it literally just a case of me bringing you a memory peg or a PDF on it or something, and you just say, that's fine, we'll deal with it?
We have our own designers in-house. We have customers who like to work in all ways. Either they're quite good at graphic design themselves, so they do want to deal with all their own artwork. They might employ a graphic designer or use a freelancer, or they come into us and sit down with our graphic designer and go through what they'd like, and then we take that information away and come back and do something that we hope will impress you. Okay,
now, again, the other thing which has changed in the digital world is the actual method of printing, isn't it? Because in the old days, you were an inky printsman and you had your type in a little box and brought them out and printed away. But now there's loads of different ways you can print.
Yeah, so we have under one roof, we've got lithographic print, digital print, large format print and direct mail print, which all sort of have various different ways.
Someone finds it funny.
Sorry, where was I? Yeah, so they all print in different ways, but yeah, these days a lot of it is, you have your artwork on a computer, you send it, via the wonderful thing that we have with modern technology, and it sends it into a machine, that machine prints it, comes out the other end, we finish it, goes in a box, and then the customer either picks it up or we send it to be delivered.
Okay.
And then it arrives at your door.
I guess the other question really is how long the process takes, because Christmas cards especially, it's one of those things that you always kind of put off to the last conceivable moment, isn't it? And then you suddenly go, we need Christmas cards!
Yes, yeah. Usually that's around the 20th of December.
Well, yeah, for the guys it's more like the 24th, but
Yes, well, everything's obviously got different timelines, but we do pride ourselves in turning things around quite quickly. It depends on where you are. If you've got artwork that you've sent to us that's print ready and you say, we need like 100 of these printing off, we'll slot it in and we'll get it done, turn around within a couple of days. If it's something that you want us to design, obviously we need a bit of time to design that, go back to you, check you're happy, make any tweaks, and then it can go on to print. So, each process varies depending on the customer's unique requirements, really. But what I will say is we are very friendly, so always pick up the phone and say, look, this is what I'm looking for, or even I'm not really sure what I'm looking for, but I want to do something, and then we can use our experience to sort of help guide you.
Okay. So what's the weirdest thing you've been asked to print on?
Oh, I can't possibly tell you that.
Oh, go on.
No, not on air.
Really? Wow, I mean, the mind boggles at that. Now you're going to have to tell me when we get off air. So do people, when they think about their marketing campaigns, and I'm kind of focusing on that because there's probably a whole range of, things like wedding printing is a whole nother ball game, isn't it?
Oh, yes. yeah, all the brochures and magazines.
Brochures?
Things that they do, yeah.
Oh, sorry, from the commercial. I suddenly thought you were talking about the bride and groom producing a brochure for their wedding.
I meant that, like, hotels and wedding venues.
Right, do you know what? We might have tapped there a brand new market, a brochure for the wedding. We'd like you to dress in the following style, and these are the presents.
Yeah, have a brochure.
Be fantastic. No, okay, right. So, aside from the wedding, now concentrating back. Let's try and be serious for a moment. Concentrating back on the business side of things. Do people tend to plan their campaigns and marketing in advance, or is it a kind of knee-jerk thing?
I think it varies. There's a lot of things that are topical, so things that are happening at the time that people can jump on the back of and go, actually, let's send out a direct mail linking nicely with our business and what's going on at the moment. And there's sometimes it's a case of actually, people quite methodical and saying, right, this month in the year we'll do a direct mail shot, and then this month we're going to do, a load of posters and get those out in the local area. And this month we'll be advertising in a magazine. This month we're going to want to do brochures. So it varies really depending on the type of customer, their business, and also what's going on in the local area.
Okay. Right. Now, how do people get in touch?
Variety of ways. Obviously, we've got our Twitter handle, which is at acprintltd. You can get in contact with us on there. We've got email address, sales@acprintltd.co.uk. Our telephone number, 0800 093 2960. We're on Facebook. We have a website. Yeah, you can find us. If you Google us, we will turn up at the top of the search, so you'll find us.
I'm guessing as well you've probably got some fairly good brochures.
We have some very lovely brochures that we'd love to send out to anybody who'd like one.
Brilliant, Jo. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great run up to the seasonal period. Are we allowed to say Christmas these days?
We are. We really are. It's the lovely time of year. We love Christmas.
No, I mean, so do I. It's just, the whole PC thing about calling it holidays and stuff like... No,
it's definitely Christmas.
We'll start a campaign. Keep Christmas Christmas. Right, back to the printing. Hands full anyway. And we'll see you soon.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Talking and tweeting business in Torbay and South Devon. This is the TorbayHour radio show.
Certainly is just after 8:10. I'll tell you what, bit of a changeable one outside. Went out, I don't know, an hour or so ago, and it was chucking with rain. 5 minutes later, it's clear blue sky and sunshine.
Yeah, but it was like that all weekend.
Yeah, tell me about it. Although the forecast on Sunday was going to be dreadful, and then it actually panned out all right.
Apart from about 10 minutes when I was putting the roof on my shed.
Well, that's always the way.
And it rained pea-sized raindrops.
There you go.
There you go.
Right, what's going on the feed tonight?
Right, I've got to say a big hello to Nutshell Law. Matt, he's our resident lawyer, our resident social media lawyer. He's having a TorbayHour training session tonight with a few of his clients. So welcome everyone there. Make sure you say hi and I'll give you all a shout.
There you go. Nice and easy, yep.
At Compo_7, well done him. He's just ran the Bristol Half Marathon, so give him a follow and say hi. Paint and Poet, our Twitter king. There you go. He is taking poetry requests tonight, so if you want a poem in less than 140 seconds, then get doing that one.
We want a poem about education.
We want an educational poem, please. And Coraline Health, they're promoting Bricks and Business Show on the 22nd of September. We're there.
Brilliant.
So, James is there, Sophie's there, TorbayHour is there. You'll find us. Come and say hi.
Okay. Don't forget as well, if you want to promote a job, if you've got a job vacancy, I've got a thing about Twitter being able to get people jobs, which is great. Actually, at the Music Mill, we're looking for a dance teacher. So if you know a dance teacher and you want to get someone working here, then get in touch. We would love to hear from you very, very soon. Now, we're talking education tonight. We have to be on best behaviour. We have Deputy Head of Whiterock Primary, Tom Page. Good evening to you.
Good evening.
We've also got Simon Warr. Now, Simon, you are no strangers to Twitter because you have been tweeting like a loon.
I have been tweeting, I think, about 4,000 tweets you might have kindly retweeted for me.
It's an achievement to tweet as much as you have done, I have to say. Now, what's your function? Because Whiterock Primary, everybody already knows there's this learning event coming up in the next couple of weeks. But what's your actual involvement in it?
Well, I just really came up with the idea that we were sitting in a meeting back in February.
So what, are you a governor or...?
No, I'm on what we call a parent carers forum.
Right.
Which was, unfortunately, the school went into special measures. We set up a sort of a group of us that to talk with the governors, Ofsted and the teachers to hopefully drive the school forward, because we said it's not all just about the children, the teachers, it's about everyone, the parents, the environment the kids are in. I then took it upon myself and said, right, let's put on a show. Let's show how good Whiterock's going to be. By September, we know we're going to be out of special measures, and we've got the awesome rating of good in July. And that took us 13 months to do it, which is record time. We've got a fantastic headmistress by the name of Sarah Tompkinson and awesome deputy head, Tom Page.
It's a real team effort at Whiterock.
So I said, let's do it. Let's put on a big show, a big festival, show how fantastic our kids are.
So have you got any background in doing this, or is this just a wacky idea you came up with?
A slightly wacky idea. I've got a little bit of previous experience in doing just a bit of fundraising and a bit of one or two events that I've put on. But
I get a feeling there might be a little bit more to it than that. There's something about your face which is saying to me, well, Glastonbury's one of mine, but apart from that, it's fine.
But no, we're going to put Whiterock on the map. We're going to put the school back in the heart of the community. We want the whole community there. We want the whole of Torbay there. We want to show you how fantastic our children is, what a fantastic facility the school has had. We've just had a sort of a multi-million-pound building project going on and ongoing, and to show everyone what the school is like now, which is just awesome.
Okay, we're going to talk more about that. We're going to find out some of the things that are going on and presumably how people can get involved. Is there still time if someone wanted to come along?
There is.
We will find out more about all of that very soon. Now, as ever on the Torbay Hour, we like to showcase the music of the talent that is in Torbay and South Devon. In fact, Devon as a whole, really, and this week no exception. A band we've never played before on the show called Brooklyn. They're really, really good. You're going to love this song. It's called Ashley. us. Ashley from Brooklyn on the TorbayHour radio show. 8:20. We talk and we tweet business, which is what it's all about on a Monday night, just after 8 o'clock. Martin, what's going on the feed tonight?
Right, so Matt from Nutshell Law's been back. The people with him are Andy UW Club, the utility warehouse, so learning how to use TorbayHour.
Fantastic.
Welcome along. So Willis Powell, they're pushing for 600 followers tonight. So if you fancy giving them a go, give them a follow. Torbay Togger, they've got a meetup event for photographers this Thursday at Applebee's. So if you're into your photography, go on. Yes, we're very photogenic around here. Not the people, of course.
No.
I'd never claim to be photogenic at all. But the place is definitely photogenic. So we love getting photos of Devon or South Devon especially, and the sunsets and things like that. Always good.
I tweeted a particularly fine steam train on my bike ride on Sunday morning.
I didn't see it. I'll look out for it.
You missed the point there that I said I was out on a bike ride.
I tried to pass over that one.
only 16 miles. That's all right.
Yeah.
Joined in the studio tonight by Tom Page, who's the Deputy Head of Whiterock Primary, also with Simon Waugh, who is, I think, a extremely competent organiser of events, but he's keeping his light under a bushel, as they say. Yes.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Simon and his team have worked absolutely fantastically to put this event on. It's incredible the work he's put in, actually.
Now, Tom, from the school's point of view, when parents or people that want to be working with the school come along and say, we want to do this to help, it's not where you go, well, no, it's our business, you can't get involved, is it? It must be a huge boost.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a real community event. We want everyone to know how great Whiterock is and how special our children are there, and learning is at the centre of everything we do, really, and we just want to showcase the children's learning at this Festival of Learning on Saturday.
I think it's funny, isn't it? We all go to school, but when you leave school, you kind of forget the kind of education journey, if you want to put it that way, that you go through going through school, and actually the community of the school as a whole, so the teachers, the support staff, the parents, the children. And when you then have children of your own and you go back through that process and you start seeing it from the other side, the school is actually a real focal point for any community, isn't it?
Absolutely, and what we've tried to create at Whiterock is actually a learning culture where it's not just the children that are learning, but staff are continuously learning as well, and parents, and just the whole community. Education as a whole, schools, academies, whatever you want to call them, are becoming more and more, obviously, there's so much pressure on them to save money and to do things in efficient ways. It'd be easy for the community side of things to fall by the wayside rather than sort of doing that almost as the primary focus. Absolutely. I mean, we're so grateful to the amount of sort of businesses and people have donated things, and people are coming along to the Festival of Learning, virtually all free, so, and out of their goodwill. So we thank everyone who's come along, really. Okay, let's go back to the Festival of Learning. So it's happening it's Saturday. It's this Saturday coming on the 19th of September. See, I always think you see 19th of September. That seems like that's far in the distance. It's here already. It is. It's come round so quickly. So what's the start time? Well, we're opening at 11:30. We're going to go on until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We've had to extend our time of what we were going to have because so many people have come on board with this now and want to get involved with it. We've had phone calls and tweets saying, I've heard about it, I want to get on it, how do I go about it? And this is real businesses at their best. They're coming forward. They're giving up their time, they're giving us items, they're giving us raffle prizes, all sorts of things. They're coming up and trying to help, and this is what we want to do with Whiterock is put it back at the heart of the community. And like you say, it's a real hub, for the kids, for the adults, for everyone, that school is a focus. Sure. And the school becoming an open door policy where parents can come in and see how the children are being taught, and not just parents, the carers, people from the community, and seeing what the school is all about. Okay. Now, when you first tweeted me this, I saw the poster and it's all great. My instant thing, it's a school fete. Now, this is not a school fete, is it?
Okay.
No, this is...
Let's go right back. So we're calling it the Festival of Learning.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a kind of showcase, really, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, talk us through it then. So where did you got the idea because you wanted to just basically say, look, everything is now well, we're on the right road, everything is great, the people are great, we want to tell everyone.
Yeah, we just wanted to... The first thing was we wanted to show everyone how fantastic our children were, and that they weren't to have been labelled special measures. It's not really a label or a tag that anyone wants, really. And our children were concerned that they were let down, or they were letting themselves down. No, you're all outstanding, you're all awesome children. Let's show everyone how fantastic you are. Show your best piece of work, whether it's a drawing or telling the time or the best piece of maths or the biggest maths sum they've done. Come and show us, put it on the wall, and then get everyone you know to come and look at your awesome piece of work. We're also having an outstanding stage where the children can do 10 keepy uppies, or might be someone that can do a headstand or a forward roll. It's whatever their skill or whatever they've got that is outstanding, they're going to come and show it. And we want everyone to see it, we want everyone to see the school. And then also we want companies to come in, we want companies to be part of the school. We want to be part of companies as well. And these companies that are coming forward, we're saying bring a skill, bring something that you can bring along, showcase what you do as well, how you do it to the children, so the children can have a go at making things. We've got new makers come in, so they can have a go at putting together a sort of flat pack toy. We've got a couple of photographers coming, having a go with cameras and things like that. We've got, I say, quite a few artists come in, so the kids can see the different techniques in art and painting. There's just loads and loads going on, from, say, NHS, learning about skills and parts of the body, Japanese writing. We've got Interserve coming along to show, and for the kids to have a go at bricklaying, bit of carpentry, cutting wood, laying bricks, mixing cement.
I mean, Tom, I'm about to make one of those statements that instantly makes me old, but there is so much more you can do at school than when I was a lad, because education is now a far broader thing. In my day, it was maths, English, geography, history, French, a bit of physics and biology maybe, and that was it. And you sat in a classroom and you learnt from a book, and it was chalk and talk. Is that a technical term these days? I don't know.
It is a technical term. It's something that we don't have.
But yeah, I was going to say, it isn't like that now, is it? Learning, it's a much more interactive experience.
Absolutely. And what we try and do at Whiterock is push those boundaries and give the children real, rich learning experiences that will not only help them with their education, but actually prepare them for their later life. Give them life skills, so they've got that love for learning throughout their life, really.
And that's the thing, because when I left school and sort of formal education, that was when I really kind of developed a thirst for wanting to learn. So it was in exactly the wrong place, but it was engaging the desire with something which I was interested in. So I went to scuba diving. So instantly then I needed to learn about biology and the physics of diving. If they told me that at school, when I was trying to learn, it would have been so much easier, because I'd have knuckled down, but I did it in the wrong order. But there is much more of an opportunity to do that now,
Absolutely.
isn't there?
We believe in child-led learning, so we actually look for the passion that the children have and the interests that they've got, and we mould the curriculum that we provide around those interests.
And the other thing as well is that it's those kind of cross-boundary skills that you can learn. Presentation skills, for example, which is a particular passion of mine. We've all sat in dull presentations, corporate meetings and stuff like that, where you think, God, this guy is just so dull. And there's something, isn't there? They always put the dullest guy on just after lunch when you want to go to sleep. I don't know why that happens, but there you go. But those skills, which some people might say are soft skills, are things which are so important. If people can get used to public speaking, it can make such a difference.
That's right, and we're always looking for links across the curriculum where children can transfer skills across one subject to another as well. That's what we believe in.
So on the day then, when we arrive, we've got all these things going on, we've got all these things to take part in. Can the parents have a go as well?
Parents, children, everyone can have a go. It's not only educating the children over the. We're trying to run a healthy eating theme through it as well to see if we can all have a healthier lifestyle. But it's educating the parents as well as the children into try this. It's a fruit smoothie instead of maybe a kind of fizzy pop, and we're trying to get people to come to sort of make cakes with hidden ingredients in, like chocolate brownies, but actually they're made of beetroot. And also sort of cakes with courgette in, and we've tried some of these, and they're gorgeous. And then all of a sudden they say, they've got beetroot in it, or it got parsnip in it. And you can't taste it, but it's getting the children to have their veggies and fruit sort of without knowing they're having it.
Sure. Beetroot, but I tell you what, if you've never tried beetroot brownie, it's great.
Yeah, it's really nice. But I mean, when you talk about the different ways of learning, I mean, we've got Forest School coming. They want to take the kids into. I mean, we're fortunate to have a big wooded area of the school. They want to take the kids in there and getting sticks, and hopefully we've got Beach School Southwest coming with a big teepee. They want to have campfires and all this sort of stuff. So it's a real different way of learning, but it is no way a school fate.
So much more we're going to talk about. We also need to find out more about what's going on the Twitter feed tonight. Don't forget, if you want to get involved in the show, so easy. All you need to do is maybe send us a comment or a question. #TorbayHour is the way to do it. More music now. This one from There Goes Lizzie. It's called Criminal on the TorbayHour radio show.
Every crime someone commits preys on weakness, and the hunger stays inside. You do it again and again and again. Every word that's said, you're sorry. Don't mean nothing, boy. So every chronic you commit, it's on life. You're a criminal. You're a criminal. Yeah, you vandalize, pick your fights, always going in the noise. You're a criminal, and you lost it all, because I'm gone. Every word that leaves your mouth is stolen from a book, and you stole them so I couldn't say your bad intentions. And I know I never really gave you what you wanted, and I couldn't give you what I wanted, so you lied. You're a criminal. You're a criminal. When I'm wearing thin, you're breaking into my house in the night. You're a criminal, and you lost it all, 'cause I'm gone. When I'm wearing thin, you're breaking in. All the heartbreak back again. Wearing thin, you're breaking into mine. Yeah, you're a criminal. You're such a criminal. When I'm wearing thin, you're breaking into my house in the night. You're a criminal, and you lost it all, because I'm gone.
I'm uncovering so many new bands from Devon at the moment. That's There Goes Lizzie,
and it's called Criminal. It is the TorbayHour radio show. It's coming up to 25 to 9. As usual, the hour is flying by. Martin, what have we got coming in?
Just on looking at a new account, @_RUOK, raising awareness of domestic abuse and sexual violence in Torbay and highlighting the support available. So that's a really good one to follow.
Excellent.
While we're on that type of thing, @Refugee Aid SW and @J_Spinks, they're both doing their bit to help the refugees out in Europe at the moment as well. So, you know, if you want to help out any of those, make sure you give them a follow, make sure you give them a tweet, see what you can do.
That's one of the things, isn't it? If the information on that kind of thing is coming into a Twitter feed, it's constantly then at the front of your mind. It's so easy. When you think a week ago, the mainstream news media was entirely dominated with the refugee crisis in Europe.
Yeah.
As of Friday, it's changed, and now it's entirely dominated by Jeremy Corbyn. So you've not heard anything at all about migrants and refugees for the last 3 or 4 days, whereas if it's in your Twitter feed there, it's constantly coming up, you're being reminded about what's going on.
Yeah, there's lots of debates going on online and on Twitter and on Facebook and stuff like that. I think anyone who's on Facebook will be getting the tweets about whether it's good or whether it's bad to accept these refugees. You know what? Make your own decision, and if you want to support them, then follow these people and help out however you can. Quickstore have given a storage space over to one of these groups, and it's filling up rapidly.
Right.
They have done so well to collect an awful lot of stuff for these people. You know what? Whether you agree with it, whether you agree with them coming over to England or not, these are families, and you know these are kids.
The South West got a great tradition in support. I mean, Shelterbox is a Cornwall-based charity, isn't it, that sends out the boxes wherever they're needed in the world. So yeah, interesting stuff. And that's where social media can be so powerful. It really is, isn't it?
Indeed, yeah, exactly. And as you say, it can be right there. If you want to do something about it, you just hit the follow button because it keeps coming up in your timeline.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've got to do something. Oh, yeah, I've got to do something about it. And then eventually you do. So, yeah, you know, it's a good way of doing it, good way of showing support, if nothing else. If nothing else you can do, you can sort of help them spread the word a bit.
Brilliant. What else we got?
Right, okay, important one for us, it's National Cupcake Week.
Is it really?
Yeah, we haven't done cake for a while, but we're doing well and we're looking thinner for it, the pair of us. Such a shame it's on the radio and nobody can tell.
Yeah, that's right. Did I mention my bike ride? Anyway, go on. Yeah, carry on. Yeah.
At Next Route Style, do you know anyone looking for a bookkeeping / office assistant job in Paignton? So if you know anyone that can help with that one, I believe it's full-time, give them a shout and they'll put you in the right. At DBOPC, the Devon Birds of Prey Centre, it's based at Fermoys, 50 birds from all over the world. I never knew that was there.
Yeah, I knew it was there, but it's one of those things that you know it's there and you drive past and go, yeah, I must go in there.
Yeah, there you go. So there it is. Couple of congratulations. Congratulations to our very own James Twigger. He's been shortlisted for a British Accountancy Award.
Ooh.
So he'll be getting his tux out again. Also, congratulations to @the25 Torquay, who became the top B&B in Devon this week on TripAdvisor.
Very posh.
Very posh. Well done.
Posh, yes. Tom Page, who's the deputy head of Whiterock Primary, and Simon Waugh, who's organising the Learning Festival, in the studio with us tonight. We've already found out it is not a school face. We've also found out that businesses, and this is one of the things, isn't it, about, we always use the term business community, but actually it genuinely is. This is businesses coming together to help you to make a difference, really.
Definitely. I mean, without a shadow of doubt. And as I've said before on Twitter, that these hours, these Torbay hours that Devon seems to be fantastic at managing to do, and bringing these businesses together and doing these networking hours is just fabulous for business, and it has been for us. I mean, so many generous companies and businesses have come forward with such a wide range of skills and items you wouldn't believe.
How did you manage to engage them? Was it through social media, or was it just sort of the actual legwork of ringing up and knocking on doors?
Total social media.
Right, okay.
Totally through Twitter. I started on Twitter not knowing what I was doing, really, back in February, as a lot of people have probably had a lot of missed tweets. Learning quickly, getting involved with more groups, getting involved with more people, and yes, spending my last however many months it is just living on Twitter, really. I've been in Twitterland for months.
So what's left then? Do you need anything between now and Saturday that you're still looking for?
Well, we're hoping the sun is going to shine. If the sun doesn't shine, we're looking for a rather large marquee stroke gazebo type thing. One of the other things we'd like to do for the kids is show them something a little bit different. Maybe not the fire engine, but maybe if someone's got a tractor or some sort of JCB or a little bit different, that the kids might go, wow, that's a bit different. So we're trying to look for a little bit of
we need someone from Galliford Try then to take something from the Link Road construction down there, don't we?
A big digger or something like that for the kids to get excited about. I mean, I haven't mentioned yet that we're also opening the revamped school garden. This is it's been part of the school for quite some time. Unfortunately, it's sort of gone by the wayside. So we've had groups of parents in working tirelessly at weekends and evenings to clear the undergrowth and try and find what we've got there. We've found sort of raised beds and quite a...
It was probably overgrown then, wasn't it? You found raised beds,
overgrown. And quite a substantial forest area that we knew we had, but it was just... we've now got this policy where parents can come in and help and give their time.
Have you found, Tom, that as this process has gone over the past few months, that it's benefited the sort of relationship between the parents and the teachers, and everybody fully or more understands the school and what goes on and how it works and what's needed?
Absolutely. I think the open door policy has really created that sense of community amongst the staff and the parents and the children, and we're all pulling together, to make Whiterock School the best it can possibly be.
So when you say open door policy, this is where literally people can sort of, obviously, they can't just wander into a class, but by arrangement can arrange to come in and help out and see what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, we welcome parents in every day to have a look at their children's learning. But like Simon said, like at the weekends, parents coming in all the time and helping out, making the school look outstanding, really.
Now, you mentioned earlier on that there's been a fair bit of construction work that's gone on as well. The learning environment, the sort of the actual classrooms and the fabric of the school is very, very important, isn't it, to how the learning experience for the child?
Absolutely. I mean, the improvements in the building, not just, it's the internal structure as well that's changed. So we've had a huge expansion. We've got 6 brand new classrooms this year that was opened this September, and that's why we're sort of celebrating the Festival of Learning. We've also had changes internally as well, which has made the more classrooms fit for purpose, and the learning environment for the children is absolutely fantastic now.
So how many children go to the school at the moment?
We've got about 460 on roll at the moment.
Right, okay. Yeah. Now, is that construction programme, is that finished now, or is there another phase to go?
Yeah, phase 2 is well on the way. That'll be another 6 classroom block, which will take us up to a 3-form entry school.
Right, okay. Yeah. And is there another phase after that, or is that just...
No, that'll be complete. So by this time next year, all being well, it'll all be complete.
Now, Simon, is this the Learning Festival the start of an ongoing where you do it every year, and you've got a grin on your face like I said, not after this one, mate?
I've got a grin on my face to say, let me have a go at another one after this.
Right, okay.
Glastonbury.
I would love to. I mean, the contacts I've made, the people that wanted to support this one that for one reason or another couldn't. But that's probably down to our head whether she would let me have another go at this or not.
I'm sure she would.
I was going to say, I have a feeling she probably would.
I've got to mention more about our school garden and what we want to do. I mean, if I can say, Otter Nurseries have been absolutely phenomenal in their donation and their support to us, and ongoing support that they want to give us. We've got veggies planted now that they've donated to us. We've been planting in areas around the school, flowers, shrubs, sensory gardens that we're now getting well underway. So much so that we want the children to basically grow a carrot, see how it grows from the seed, take it into the kitchen and cook the carrot for their dinner. So they're actually going to grow and eat it. And also on Saturday afternoon, we've got Toby Buckland coming along to open the school garden.
Excellent.
So he'll be showing his face at some point in the afternoon to see how well we're getting on with the garden. It's still work in progress, but...
Well, if you've got Toby Buckland there, you can get him to finish it off.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be fine. It'll be done by nightfall.
It's going to be ground for.
Brilliant. Now, I mean, we're talking there about the businesses being involved, people like Otter Nurseries involved there. Now, I know Whiterock's a primary school, but are you already seeing that children are sort of showing an interest in particular lines of potential future work?
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely the thing that we want. You know, the whole thing with our outstanding stage, and everyone's got their outstanding talent in different ways. I mean, like with the help with Interserve, if we've got chaps coming and showing how to do bricklaying, carpentry, woodwork, we might have one or two bricklayers amongst us. They're also going to be doing some measuring with a site level. We might have one or two architects with us. You know, might have surveyors. You know, if you can inspire these children now to think, well, actually, that's what I want to have a go at. It might give them the focus then on their learning. I mean, fortunately, we're lucky enough to have Holly Morwenna coming along. To sing for us as well, who's, you know, she's a young sort of rising star in Devon at the minute, and for the children to be able to sort of relate to her because she's sort of youngish and think, well, that's what I want to do. And then the awesome thing is that we've got Keedy Green coming. Keely's been on The Voice and many other things, and appeared around the Bay and
around the world. Keely's been all over the place.
That's right. You know, she had a number 2 hit. It's awesome, and she is an ex-Whiterock pupil.
Fantastic.
So it just shows the kids that it is limitless.
I mean, this is the hard thing, isn't it? Because we ask children to make decisions which effectively change their entire life at quite a young age. You're asked to say, all right, well, do you want to do physics or French or German or whatever it is, at quite a young age, and you don't really know what's out there, do you?
No.
I mean, if someone had said, well, if you do physics and maths and whatever to a suitable standard, you can be a fighter pilot, then I might have been more inspired to do that, you know, but people don't, do they? Well, they certainly didn't.
But this is, like you say, the change in education now. When we were at school, you'd go in, you'd read a book, you'd do maths, you'd do English. There was no relation to maths or English or into the real world. I mean, today we've got the children are doing a fashion show. They're building a catwalk. I've been in with the kids today. They're using their maths to work out how big the catwalk's going to be and how tall it's going to be and the area of it. And they're beginning to really use maths in a real life situation.
Yeah. But it is transferring. It's making it transferable to real life scenarios, isn't it?
And that's where I think your learning and your grasp comes from. You know, looking at 2 + 2 on the board, like you say, it's a bit. But if you can take it outside, and if you can take your learning outside, and if you can use it or see where it is used in the grown-up world, I'm hoping that's going to give you inspiration to say, well, actually, I could be good at.
But you've got one that you can showcase with your social media skills for marketing, because that's a huge these days. I mean, we've had social media consultants and marketing specialists that specialise in Twitter, and that's something which they're doing instinctively day to day anyway.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's like Tom, you said. I mean, since I left sort of school, I mean, I did okay at school, but I have got a passion for learning. I would just want to learn everything. You know, even some days I wake up and I think I want to learn 2 new things today. You know, and I'm learning on Twitter. I mean, this time last year, Twitter, hey, what? And now you find what an awesome, powerful tool it is. Certainly within the business environment to be able to
We should have asked, what do you do in the real world?
I work for myself as in property maintenance.
Right.
At the moment. And I'm just...
There's something you're not telling us. There really is.
Background check, hang on.
Yeah, hang on. No, you
won't find anything. It's blank.
I think you've been working at the school solidly for the last month, haven't you?
Yeah, I now work for Whiterock.
Yeah.
Right.
Head teacher wasn't aware of it, but
you do now. You do now. We'll get the information out of you eventually. We want to wrap it up soon. I've got one more song I want to play for you. This one is from the Retro Gents. If you've not heard of them, you're going to like this. This one is called Mandy.
Everything's so positive, but we don't know.
Retro Gents, I like that. Mandy. It's the Torbay Hour radio show. Thanks to the Babacom Inn for their continued support of the Torbay Hour radio show. We could not do it without them. Just after 10 to 9, Martin, is the feed busy?
Yeah, it has been busy. I thought it was going to be quiet because Twitter had a bit of a meltdown before we came on air. So
it broke.
It broke. But everyone's back on. They're back up and running. We've got a load of new accounts, got loads of things happening. So I'm loving it. Paint and Poet has done a poem for these guys.
Fantastic.
Big shout out to Paint and Poet.
The king of Twitter.
The king of Twitter. So apparently he's done about 15 for the school. So this is just one of them. You only need to bring one thing, and that is an open mind. Prepare to be creatively inspired by activities of all kinds: sounds, sights, and smells, food, music, poems, and fun. Lots of great entertainment, and please bring the sun.
Brilliant.
Very good.
So
was that one tonight, or was that one that was already there?
I believe that was already there. He's been doing loads of little tweets and poems for people all throughout the hour. So yeah, if you want one, he's still doing them.
Fantastic.
And he's written poems for each of our classes that are named after birds, and they're going to be hopefully displayed in our new sort of wooded area that's just been cleared by the parents.
Brilliant.
So they'll be available to read.
We're going to get the poems carved into wooden plaques.
Fantastic.
They're that awesome. We're going to get 15 poems carved into plaques, and they're going to be in our woodland area and hopefully done by Saturday.
Yes.
Excellent. Now, this is one of the things we probably should have touched on earlier on, really. But what's been the children's involvement in the planning for this so far?
Massively, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all about showcasing their learning. They've had a 2-week project in each of their year groups that they're going to showcase at the Festival of Learning. So Simon mentioned earlier about the fashion show. So our older children have been designing clothes, designing the catwalk, and they'll be putting that on. Our year 3 and 4 team have been doing a poetry trail that will be in that wooded area as well, with the Paint and Poet poems, and there's also play work of nature animals and things like that.
I mean, it's important to stress. I mean, this is a primary school, isn't it? Because some of the things you're talking about here are things which you think, well, you wouldn't even be doing that at a college.
Yeah, it's all about giving high aspirations for the children, high expectations, and really pushing those boundaries in terms of the curriculum. Yeah,
I mean, it's going to be a very, very exciting day.
It will be.
It will.
Yeah, so what happens afterwards? Because you build up to this great thing, and then obviously, fingers crossed, you get another crack at it next year as well.
Fingers crossed. Mrs. Tompkins.
You will. You will, don't worry about it. But but the kind of, come Monday morning when everyone's back in class and you're sitting there going, oh dear. How do you sort of maintain that journey? Is there a chance to sort of outreach to the various businesses that have been involved?
That's what we want to try and do. We want to forge links with businesses, with what they can show, like forest skills, hopefully to get them to come back into the school on a regular basis. Otter nurseries are going to come back into the school and support the school and be teaching the children about when they should be planting, what seasons.
And it's also taking inspiration from what the children have gained from that day. So talking to the children, what activities did you like the best? And if a few children like that, get that business in and teach the whole class, and like I say, child-led learning.
We want to be doing videos, taking photos. So hopefully afterwards there's still going to be a lot of fallout from it, that they're going to be talking about it for a long time after. And if we can have these videos and photos that are hopefully going to be portraying how the day was, that's going to be awesome. I mean, we've got one of the chaps come in, a photography chap that's going to be taking some drone photographs.
Oh wow.
So we've got just lots of different angles of
literally that's very good.
as well as the art of photography, which is a new sort of form of photography now. It's drone photography. So we've got lots of exciting things that are going to be shown there as well.
I mean, the hard thing in a way really is the children that are at the point where this is their last year at primary. They're going to kind of miss when they go to the secondary school, which isn't quite as proactive. They're going to be thinking, oh, can we go back?
Well, let's hope.
This is
what we want.
Right. So that they can come back and do things with the school, or maybe even talk to the younger children and say, well, this is what we've done, this is how we've taken it.
This is what we want now. I mean, even children that have left the school now, to come back on the 19th, and even older pupils, if you've got any older pupils listening to come into the school. adults that were pupils coming in and look at the change of the school and see where Whiterock is now and where we want it to go.
Is this a replicable model that you would help other schools put on if someone showed an interest? Not necessarily you doing it, but at least advise them on what to do.
Yeah, probably, because I think it's a good thing. I would like to do it.
Excellent. I know this is radio, but your face there told 1,000 stories.
It's a lot of hard work.
Yeah. But I mean, people need to go into these kind of things with their eyes open, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, we've spoken to event organisers, the guys that put on Bricks Fest. They were saying you can never take these things on and just think, oh, well, that's 5 minutes once a week.
Oh, no, definitely a hell of a lot of work. So.
Yeah. Have you found any particular barriers? I mean, not within the school, but in terms of, instantly, as soon as you would start talking about diggers and bricklaying and stuff like that, I was thinking kind of health and safety and that kind of stuff. Is any problems with that?
No, not at the moment. I mean, we're doing everything that we've needed to do, and I think maybe we're living in this world where all of a sudden children will become 18 and they'll realise that there is sharp knives out there. And
no, there isn't.
There is. Oh. And there's such things as tools and gardening equipment. Now, if they're not sort of shown how to use it now, maybe if we've got a bigger health and safety issue, if a child wanders into a shed and picks a tool off and stabs himself with it, at least if we can try and teach
educating them.
The tool and this is what you do with it, and this is sharp, and this is how to handle it.
You can tell you're from a similar vintage to me on that one, Right, brilliant. Now listen, you've got so many people you need to say thank you to. We're running out of time rapidly on this one. Do you want to go through?
We have, right. Starting, Keedy Green, Holly Morwenna, Millie and Me. Big thank you to Millie and Me for all the support from her. Paint and Poet. We've got South Devon College, been a big support with their cookery demonstrations they're going to be doing. Snow Cones via Twitter, they're going to be helping us. Beach School Southwest, the Torquay Museum, Royal Torbay Yacht Club, Torbay Tigers. We've got National Trust, quite a lot of estate agent businesses that want to come on board with us. A big shout out to Wacky Wabbit, who's going to be
there as well. Is he?
He's laying claim to the carrots, apparently.
So we're going to have to keep him out of the garden.
Yeah, definitely.
But we're looking forward to seeing Wacky Wabbit. We've got Pennywell Farm. Big shout out to those. Big shout out to Crabstock, who'll be telling us all about crabs and dressing them and what to do with them and how to cook them. We've got Blood Bites coming. Circus Torbay. Preston WI going to be coming, doing some homemade blackcurrant juice and lemonade, things like that. Crêpe Beret, big shout out. They've just a new business that started up in Brixham. They're going to come along, and all these people are donating their time for free, which is awesome, just to come and help us, and yes, obviously support themselves, but to support us as well. We've got a massive balloon race going on.
Okay.
We want to get a balloon. We've told the children we want to get a balloon across to France, which they're very excited about.
We need to hope the wind's in the right direction for that.
Definitely
it's going to end up in Wales, isn't it?
So we've also got a few balloons for sale on the day as well, if we haven't sold them all. But again, all the children will be given a balloon. We've got creative workshops, Dramatically Different, youth drama group. Big shout out to them. They do a lot of work around Brixham, a lot of voluntary work. Zumba displays, Interserve, Holly Morwenna, Samantha Montini, Oliver Swain, Jimmy Island, loads and loads of people that are going to come along
and support you on the day.
Can I just give a shout out to the Whiterock cheerleading squad as well? Will be performing.
Brilliant.
They're led by assistant head teacher Sarah Jarrett, so they'll be performing as well, and the Whiterock School Choir.
Yeah, who will be performing the anthem that's been written by Holly Morwenna, which is going to be an awesome song. We're hoping for Christmas #1, but that's going to be starting Monday morning after this is finished.
Brilliant.
Great.
Tom, Simon, thank you so much for coming in. We're out of time. Have a fantastic day on Saturday. We look forward to seeing all the pictures which you're going to tweet frantically all day as well, and we will no doubt be talking to you this time next year.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.